Good evening, this is KA6ETE, net control operator for the R3D2 Amateur Radio Emergency Services net. My name is Jim, and I am located in Loveland, Colorado. This net meets every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. local time for the purpose of planning, practicing, and discussing the activities of the R3D2 ARES group. Our district serves agencies in Larimer and Weld counties. Is there any emergency traffic at this time? All emergency traffic will be handled with top priority during this net. I will now break for any emergency traffic. Emergency traffic only. Please call now. Is there any formal NTS traffic for the net? Please call now. If you need to pass emergency traffic at any time during this net, please notify net control and your traffic will be handled accordingly by saying break. This is a directed net. Please do not transmit unless you are called by net control during the net. Please direct all communications through net control, and also please check out if you should need to leave prior to the closing of the net. This net is open to anyone who is licensed to operate on this repeater and is interested in amateur radio public service communications. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service of the American Radio Relay League. However, ARRL and ARES membership is not required to check into this net. Please remember, when this repeater is not operational at the time of this net, the net will be held on the 145115 Horsetooth repeater. This is KA6ETE net control for the R3D2 ARES net. We will accept check-ins in order of ARES affiliation. All stations will have an opportunity to check in. However, please wait for the appropriate check-in group. We will begin with R3D2 AECs and served agency directors, ARES members, stations on Echolink, and finish with general check-ins. When checking in, please give the following information: your call sign, first alphabetically, then with the international phonetics, your name, your location, and whether you have announcements or comments. We will now take check-ins from R3D2 AECs and served agency directors. Please provide your title and location when checking in. R3D2 AECs and served agency directors only. Please call now.
Good evening, Jim. This is Whiskey 0 Delta Delta Zulu W0DDZ. Dave, admin AEC.
This is KD0TYU Kilo Delta Zero Tango Yankee Uniform, Joe in Loveland, emergency coordinator, with one announcement.
This is Kilo Delta Zero Uniform Juliet Kilo, Steve in Nunn, District AEC.
This is Kilo Echo Zero, Lima Charlie Kilo, KE0LCK, the other Mike from Windsor, AEC Operations Director, Windsor.
Okay, we will hold there. Net control would like to now acknowledge W0DDZ, KD0TYU, KD0UJK, KE0LCK. We did have a couple of doubles in there that I was not able to get. Can you please call back now? Hearing nothing, we will now take check-ins from all ARES members. Please provide the county of your ARES affiliation when checking in. ARES members only, with call suffixes Alpha through Mike.
This is Kilo Delta Zero, Foxtrot, Quebec, November, Rick and Loveland. This is Whiskey Zero Delta Alpha Sierra, Dave in Fort Collins, Larimer County.
This is Kilo Echo Zero Sierra Oscar Romeo, KE0SOR, Mike, Wellington, Larimer County. Net Control would like to acknowledge KD0 FQ U, I believe, I cannot read my own handwriting, W0DAS KE0SOR. Do we have any other ARES members? Call suffixes Alpha through Mike. Please call now, or with corrections.
Kilo 1 Delta Charlie Yankee, Derek in Firestone.
Net Control acknowledges K1 DCY. We will now take check-ins from all ARES members, Alpha through Zulu. And all ARES members, Alpha through Zulu, please call now.
This is Kilo 6 Oscar Golf, K60G, David, Estes Park.
This is Kilo Echo Zero, Tango Mike Delta, Ryan Loveland, Larimer County.
This is N0YLS November 0 Yankee Lima Sierra, Mike in Livermore, Larimer County.
Net Control would like to acknowledge K1 DCY, K6 OG, KE0 TMD, N0 YLS. We will now take check-ins from all ARES members, Alpha through Zulu, and call suffixes Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Oscar, K0 LAO. Okay, I did that backwards. Luann from Loveland.
Good evening, this is Kilo 0 Alpha Bravo Kilo, K0 ABK, Alec, Mobile.
Net Control would like to acknowledge K0LAO and K0ABK. There was a station, sounded like they were trying to check in, that was not making the repeater. They were opening and then dropped immediately. If that was you, can you please try calling back now? Hearing nothing, we will now take check-ins from all stations on Echolink. Stations on Echolink do not need to let the repeater drop before checking in. Echolink stations only, please call now, Alpha through Zulu.
Alpha, India 7, Papa, Mike, AI 7 PM, Phil.
Net Control acknowledges AI 7 PM. We will now take general check-ins. If you have not checked in and wish to do so with call suffixes Alpha through Mike, please call now. Hearing nothing, we'll now take general check-ins from all call suffixes Alpha through Zulu. And all call suffixes Alpha through Zulu, please call now.
This is
Echo 0, Sierra Delta Victor, Bob in Estes Park.
This is W0RDC, Whiskey 0, Romeo Delta Charlie, Rob, Al Canyon.
Net Control acknowledges W0RDC, Rob in Estes Park. I got your name and location, did not catch your call sign. There was a double at that time. Can you please call back with your call sign?
W0RDC, Whiskey 0, Romeo Delta Charlie.
Delta Victor.
Again, I got Rob in Estes Park. I got the last two of your suffix, Delta Victor. Can you please call back with your call sign? You were doubled on again.
KE0 SDV, Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Delta Victor, Bob in Estes Park.
Thank you for that. Net Control acknowledges KE0 SDV. We have one last call for check-ins. If you have not checked in, call suffix Alpha through Zulu.
This is AE0CS, Alpha Echo 0, Charlie, Foxtrot, Ben, 4 calls.
Net Control acknowledges AE0CF. Any additional check-ins? This is KA6ETE, Net Control for the R3D2 ARES net. We will now go on to announcements or comments. We did have one person with a comment. Joe, KD0TYU, go ahead with your traffic.
Thank you, Jim, for taking the net. Appreciate this. KD0TYU here. Just kind of want to remind everybody we have a club meeting this weekend at the Golden Corral. Our meeting starts at 9 o'clock, and it will be an ARES session. Also, excuse me, and we'll be discussing WinLink. Mike has consented to basically do his presentation. If you didn't catch it at the last meeting. We're going to repeat it here. We thought it was very interesting. So I thank you again for taking the net, and we're back to net. It's KD02YU to you.
Thank you. This is KA6ETE, net control operator for the R3D2 ARES net. Do we have any additional questions, comments, or announcements? If so, please call now.
KD0UJK.
KD0UJK, go with your comment.
Yeah, this is KD0UJK. I want to make one more announcement that next week's ARES net will be a remote net from the Windsor Fire Station 1, which is located at 107th Street in Windsor. Any questions? Please call back. Okay, it's KD0UJK, back to that.
Thank you. Do we have any other additional questions, comments, or announcements for the net? Please call now. Before closing the net, are there any additional stations who would like to check in to the R3D2 ARES net? If so, please call now. Hearing nothing, I will now check each station out of the net. I will read your call suffix. Please respond with your FCC issued call sign. DDZ.
W0DDZ.
TYU.
KD0TYU.
UJK.
KD0UJK.
LCK.
KE0LCK.
FQU.
KD0FQN November.
Sorry about that. Hard to read my own handwriting sometimes. DAS.
W0DAS.
SOR.
KE0SOR.
DCY.
K1DCY.
OG.
K6OG.
TMD.
K0TMD.
YLS.
M0YLS.
LAO.
K0LAO.
ABK.
K0ABK.
PM.
At 7 Papa Mike.
SDV.
E0SDV.
WZC.
W0RDC.
CF.
AE0CF.
Thank you. This is KA6ET net controller for this evening's net. To find out more information about the R3D2 ARES team, please go to www.COLORADOARESR3D2.org. That's Colorado ARES R3D2.org. I would like to thank each station for checking in this evening and the NCARC for the use of their repeater this evening. All stations with appropriate privileges are invited to participate in the following nets. The statewide ARES HF net on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on frequency 3.810 megahertz, and the statewide ARES VHF net on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 145.310 megahertz repeater using a tone of 88.5 hertz. The mission of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service is to provide reliable and alternate communications to our served agencies in times of emergencies, disaster, or national crisis. This evening we had 17 check-ins, 18 including net control. The next scheduled net will be next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Again, this is KA6ETE closing the net at 7:22 p.m. and returning the repeater to normal amateur radio use. 7-3 and good night.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.